Hello, this is TJR. I've just had my first COVID vaccination, and the government mind control is already taking effect. Hey, everybody, this is TJR. Yesterday, I got my first COVID vaccination, and I just thought I'd share my experiences with this in case you're interested. So, this all happened at the Disneyland parking lot here in Orange County, California. Which is currently being used as a vaccination supercenter. And no, there were no Disneyland characters there to greet us. What did greet us, however, was a very efficient staff. Now, prior to all of this, I had been reading stories in the news in different cities, in different states, about individuals having frustrating experiences trying to get a shot, being forced to monitor a website for long periods of time, trying to get a shot in their local area, having to wait in long lines, and then sometimes getting turned away because there weren't enough doses available. Our experience here in Orange County was amazingly smooth. It was all very easy to deal with. My partner and I got our appointments through a web-based service called Othena. She registered both of us back in February, and then we downloaded their apps to our cell phones. Othena put us in their virtual queue and notified us via text alert when they had appointments available. And this was last week when they notified us. We responded using their app, and they confirmed the appointments within minutes and sent us confirmation emails, which we had to show at our appointment along with our driver's licenses. And this, of course, I want to mention this Othena service that we used is a localized web-based service for Orange County, but hopefully you might find a very similar service in your own local community. The whole process was handled very efficiently, and we never even had to get out of the car. When we were done, they went over common side effects that we might experience and asked us to first park for 15 minutes before leaving. This was to make sure that neither of us suffered any sudden or unexpected side effects. During this time, a nurse came by to see how we were doing, and we were doing fine, of course. They also told us that it was very important to stay hydrated throughout the day and asked us if we wanted water or Gatorade, which they provided to us. I remember feeling very thirsty after the shot, and I've made a point of drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Since that time, the only real side effect I felt has just been, a little soreness here in the arm, probably more than I'm used to feeling from like a regular flu shot. They said, keep your arm moving, just, if it's sore, just move it. And so I've been doing that too. But that's really it. We both went back to work after we were done with our shots. And I should mention, ours was the Moderna. We have our next shot appointment already scheduled. So I've had a lot of people ask me already, well, are you going to keep wearing a mask? And I'll tell you, even if this was my second shot, I would still follow the safety guidelines. And that includes wearing a mask. And here's why. Not everybody has gotten vaccinated yet. We're only on the second phase here in Orange County. And even if you've had the vaccination, you can still catch COVID. Now, granted, it is true that after you've been fully immunized, that if you do catch COVID, it's probably going to be a very mild case of it. It's going to feel like a cold or something like that, maybe a flu at worst. But once again, not everybody has been vaccinated yet. And even though after being fully immunized, it may not affect me in any strong way if I catch COVID afterwards, I can still be a carrier and I can still spread it to people who are not vaccinated yet. And that's why it's very important, even if you've been fully immunized, until a large enough percentage of the population has been vaccinated, it's very important to follow the safety guidelines. And of course, I'm primarily speaking of when you are out in public places where there are large gatherings of people, such as when you go grocery shopping and things like that. I know that some people might be nervous about getting the vaccination, so I thought I'd share my experience. My mother, who is 90 years old, got her vaccinations a month ago. After the first one, she felt no side effects whatsoever. The second one, she felt very tired that day, and that was about it. Anyways, that was my experience, and I thought I'd share it with you. Let me know if you want me to follow up this video with how I'm doing after the second inoculation. I'll be sure to talk about that too. As always, if you like what I'm doing here, be sure to click like, click subscribe, and smash that bell notification icon so you can know when I release new videos. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy. We're going to get to the finish line. It's coming. We just got to be patient. See y'all later. Bye-bye. You know, a year ago, when the lockdowns first occurred, I had conversations with friends and relatives. And of course, at that point, we had no idea how long this would go on. We had no idea where or when the possibility of a vaccine would happen. And I remember having a conversation where we were nervous, we were scared, and we knew that the possibility of vaccine would come eventually, hopefully. But however, at the time, our reactions were kind of along the lines of, well, I'm going to let other people try that vaccine first before I try it. And here in the present day, I realize how silly that was. The healthcare workers were the first to start using the vaccine. And when I saw that, my first thought was, well, okay, you know, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me.